do it. Now, what comes up next is you actually need to get through to go to the lich. The lich isn't just going to be... getting to the lich, fighting the lich is going to be the easy part. The hard part is getting to him, because he's surrounded by these force fields, and these force fields can only be taken out by a series of levers. These levers here, these levers just operate the elevators up and down. As you can see, this lever's coming back down. But what you need to do is you need to pull certain levers. Now let's get on this elevator and I'll show you what I mean. Let's now activate this elevator, push our way up. Let's jump off here. Now, this is what I mean by the whole thing being tricky. There are places where the elevators don't stop that you actually need to know where to go. Now, on that first elevator that you get to, you need to jump off at the first exit, and that takes you into a room, and over here next to these skulls is a lever that you pull, and this lever is the first lever that opens up the first force field, because if you didn't open that lever you couldn't get anywhere. You'd go up, you'll find your room, your way is blocked by a blue force field. So, you know, I could have shown the frustration of going up, your way is blocked by a force field, and then you have to come back down, you have to find this. But this is a quick way. Again, this just adds on, I guess it adds on an extra 20 minutes to your playing time, where you're thinking, what the, you know, how the fuck am I going to find my way through this? No, but you need to kind of, this is the kind of whole frustration point of it. You go through, you activate the elevator, you get to where you're supposed to be, you find your way is blocked, and then you think, how do I get through? You go back, you find what you're looking for, you activate it. So that's actually not too bad. Getting lost and getting stuck by everything, that is the major part. Now, okay, this is the place where it would have been blocked by these force fields if you didn't know about it. So those blue lines up ahead, that is where these are the force fields. If you didn't activate that lever, this route will be blocked by a force field. Now there are various places that we now need to go through to get to our objective, and this, what the yellow tapestries are, that's our objective where we need to go. There's only really one way that we can take to get out of here, and that's that doorway ahead of us, but we need to bring down that giant force field, and that is by basically going through all these routes, pulling levers, opening up these small doorway force fields, and then moving on. So let's go through here. This is pretty much on rails actually, but it's, you know, but it's kind of frustrating if you just want to buzz through it, if you just want to go through it, walk through it. If you're savouring and enjoying going through it, so it's not too bad. There's a few enemies here, not too many. Right, up ahead we see another force field. This lever here, you're tempted to pull it, but don't pull it yet, because what that does, that actually blocks your path. You don't really want that. This wraith is, I don't know why I'm standing aside here, but he's firing spells at us, but we can always absorb them, of course. Let's try to kill him, because we don't want people standing in our way. He's just past this force field. When you bring this force field down, he basically pops out. I don't know if I can get... No, it's probably... I can't quite get to him. I tried and poke him, but he's too far away. He can hit me, but I can't hit him. How fair is that? So let's try one of our ranged spells. Okay, try it again. Try it again. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we've run out of spell points. We can't hit him. He doesn't seem to care too much about being blasted by fire. I'm not even sure that I'm hitting him, to be honest. Of course, what I could do is just sit there, wait for him to cast spells, and I'd absorb it, get my mana back. Sorry, not mana, magicka back, and then keep on going. But anyway, well, let's carry on. We need to get this elevator, and we need to bring down that force field. I mean, the whole thing, if you want to go through it without a walkthrough, it's fairly, it is straightforward, but it is time consuming and it is frustrating. I guess that's a good part of it. If once you actually got through the game, then you actually feel like yes, I've actually gone through it. But this part is quite tricky. You need to jump off here, kill that spider. If you don't have paralysis, of course you're gonna be out of luck, because he'll stun you and then he'll just whip your health down. Fortunately, we're a high elf, we're immune to paralysis, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one bit for us. Now let's get on here. Go up further. Notice we're going up. Bowels of the castle. We are not going to the bowels of the castle. I haven't really taken an extended move down for ages. Anyway, there's some force fields up ahead of us. We need to go and deactivate those force fields. Let's heal ourselves up. Save as well. Saving's not only because I might get killed, but also because of glitches, and we don't want a glitch to suddenly end up destroying our game or falling through the void or something odd like that. Always best to save over multiple save areas. Now for some of you might be thinking, God, this is, you know, I'll never be able to find this by myself. You can actually. It's actually quite simple to work out by yourself. It's basically trial and error going through it. If you ever played games like Ultimate Underworld, it's kind of a similar difficulty. Now we go back here, and you notice once we've pulled that force field has come down. So we've deactivated another part of the force field, and that force field has come up. So our way out has been blocked. The original way through that we were going west, that's been blocked, and only this north way entrance is open now. So we can go through this north way entrance. There's only one way for us to go. So we pull on these elevators. These elevators, initially I thought, okay, this is going to be really tricky. These elevators are going to be switches that do something, but no, they are just elevator switches. Even though they might look a lot like the other ones. The main switches that you want are the ones on the ground. So let's make our way down. And here we stop. Okay, so here's a nice room with the torch chamber. I can hear a monster. It seems to be a ghost. The ghosts are like the weak version of wraiths. Wraiths cast all kinds of nasty spells at you and are pretty hardcore. Ghosts only punch you, and they're pretty weak. You do need a decent weapon to kill them. They never carry treasure. And he was just hanging out here. No wonder he was frustrated. He's just hanging out in this toilet cubicle. Now let's pull this. Let's deactivate another force field. And back we go. Those skulls on those daises or pedestals, they are sometimes actually triggers. So look out for them. And let's go back. So what this thing should have done, this should actually bring the force field down that was keeping that wraith away from us. So we'll head back to where the wraith was. That was all the way back through the blue route where the blue force fields were. And yeah, we'll just heal up here anyway. And we should be able to whip him anyway. Now let's just pull this elevator. I mean, none of the opponents here are going to be really tough. I mean, level 7-ish character, not really a warrior. I can still get my way through these guys. Hey look, this old spider. Now, two options here. We can either get the elevator down, or we can levitate down. Now, we've missed that elevator, so what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, we're going to have to use a levitation spell. That saps a bit of our magical energy, but you know, I don't want to end up jumping all that distance. I can't remember how far that is. Anyway, I don't want to end up dying. And this is actually a bad idea because it's, as you can see, my character's moving super fast. It's like whenever he steps back and forth, he goes super fast. Now, I've got to reload the game to actually get the character moving at normal speeds, otherwise it's just, look at that, we don't, it's not really controllable. And this Wraith as well, he's moving super fast. Look at him, how fast he is. Right, let's beat this Wraith. Zap him. He absorbed my, I do need some decent spells. I do need to go back to spell making, make some decent spells. Anyway, we killed him. Let's reload, and I shall see you for the next part after I've sorted this out.